Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah. Kohaloyim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws and statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahchanan Nawaf. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And I wanted to touch on a couple of videos came to mind, just by the Spirit. I was watching one yesterday, I think it was, from the elder out in South Carolina. So let me just go to my history with this, South Carolina, GMS South Carolina right here. Salakia. Got these young. I want to pause this for a second. Now, the apostle Tahar, he done a video earlier linking, going into basically, I think that was this, what's the account? Not YouTube, but not Rumble. What is it? Salakia for that. But he done a quick little video. He left a link in the description box, because of course YouTube, they a little wild about real truth coming out. So that it's smart to have a backup channel when you come into this truth and you start doing lessons. And so I was watching that, and I'm like, wow, like a great collage of videos. But they had IUI, the clip had IUIC in it. And I can remember when Nate or Bishop Nathaniel, that's his title, of course, but he was, I remember there being a nurse. I think she worked in the medical field, and she was basically like when the VA CCINs came through, you know what I'm talking about, the jump shots came through. She was like, I work here, I'm in the medical field. They're saying that we have to have it to have the job, to work there. What should I do? And basically this man was like, hey, do what you got to do, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And supposedly, now, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not in their organization. I follow GMS. But, supposedly, couple of dozen people supposedly had, passed away in their congregation, and words are swirling around. That could be the reason as to why. But anyway, this was the one that the elder put up yesterday. This is GMS South Carolina 08. Follow the elder, be edified, because he go live every night pretty much, or throughout the day as well. He do lunch break lives and things of that nature. So, you can constantly be edified by him. And this other one, I ended up with. Matter of fact, this one right here is a clip of the very video that the apostle Tahar had put the link into right here on GMS Spiritual Army. This brother, the elder out there in DC. But it says IUIC is equally yoked with BG, right? So like, yeah, trying to get this. Hopefully this thing will play and load up for me. Okay. Oh, so lucky. And so that was a part of the clip. He was basically, he was like, hey, take the juice if you have to. So why isn't he telling, the people, hey, look, man, why isn't he giving them the scriptures, that goes against those things, because they're wired in with that 501c3 charter, man, and that's a dangerous place to be at. When these church leaders, they're not with your actual health, man. Don't be thinking they're about your money. Now they want you to be healthy enough to come back and forth to church on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? To put Wednesday Bible study, Tuesday, whatever. Because they have this shit is 7 days a week with these guys, man. Some days it'll be 2 or 3 services where they just collecting money. We've seen churches do that. I come from a mega church, you know what I'm saying, out of Christianity into this truth. So I know what was going on there as far as that area. They got personal jets, they drive lavish cars. They even have their kids, you know what I'm saying, preachers, the women, their wives, their daughters, all of them, you know what I'm saying, playing a part in what they're calling the ministry, so to speak, you know what I'm saying. And it just is what it is, man. That's how they get down. So it's money at it. So to keep Because a lot of, with the COVID-19, they lost a lot of congregants. A lot of churches have not come back from that. The economy in general, just in America, has not come back from that. There's a lot of mom and pop stores closed down. A lot of, really, we talking about stores with actual status that fell and never came back. So a lot of these churches, though, I done a lesson a few weeks back with a lot of headquarters, a lot of church headquarters, these big denominations. They had to close the headquarters. They sold those big buildings, and they're trying to hold on to what they have left. But anyway, let's play some of this, and we'll get off into a few scriptures. Again, this was the very first one. I'm gonna play this one, and this is fair right use, copyright disclaimer, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So let's just play some.
Get the vaccine if you have to. Get the vaccine if you have to. Get the vaccine if you have to. This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to 0. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to 0. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to 0. That's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Okay, so let me grab a quick scripture real quick, because he's telling you straight out of his mouth, man. Matter of fact, let me get this in the Good News Bible. Psalms chapter 64. Like, you talking about 10 to 15%, and you're naming off the things that could get it down to 10 to 15%, which are the shots, which are pretty much medical services. What do you think they're going to do to, with pregnant women that's going to the hospital? She's in there, you know what I'm saying, thinking that she's going to have a happy bundle of joy, whatever, and then all of a sudden it's, you're planning, you know what I'm saying, funerals and shit. Little baby caskets, man. Or they'll keep your damn offspring and put, and because matter of fact, when they the COV, Maxine waters, we call it Maxine, well, we was calling it Maxine, the Maxine waters, when that shit came out, matter of fact, I done a religious exemption at the job, at the plantation, and that was one of the reasons I put in there, was that, it goes against my religious faith. You have to word it like you a damn Christian, but it goes against my religious faith because I don't believe in abortion, and from the items that they're saying is in this particular hookup, it comes from abortions, from babies. You know what I'm saying? They got, the little aborted baby mix in there. Which this man is a goddamn demon. Which the one that I was watching from Apostle Tahar, they had the guy, the fucking pastor that backed President Trump. And remember they had Paula White and all those different pastors, you know what I'm saying, prophesying that Trump was gonna win and his ass didn't. Then they had to backtrack and all that shit like that. But that guy was on there like, take it. If you don't, it's pretty much don't believe in the conspiracy, the conspiracy theories of what you're hearing. The Lord can use aborted babies to, look at this motherfucker crazy, man. Anyway, let's get this real quick. Psalm 64 and 8 in the Good News. It says, he will destroy them because of those words. All who see them will shake their heads. Okay, well, I'm not feeling that translation there, but let's go into the blue letter on that. Some of these translations, they be pretty decent, but sometimes, we have to just stick to the script here. Psalm 64 and 8. And it reads, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Then Bill Gates just tell you, hey, some got to get down to 0. He's like, there's 6.8 billion people, and you know the way that they're pretty much gonna cut into that shit is, he told you straight up through Maxine Waters, you know, and a couple of other things. We can get that down to 10 to 15%. Then we ain't gonna talk about, you know, when they had the what's that, the damn, what's the name of them stones out in Georgia where they wanted to, it talks about getting the population down to 500 million. That's a lot of motherfuckers you gotta knock off. You gotta knock off about 7 and some change billion people. Hey, Esau, man, ain't no joke, man. Y'all better beware of this, man. That's why the scripture says to never trust thine enemy. That's the script. I mean, we was bringing that all the time. Matter of fact, let me see how it reads in the good news here. Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10, it reads, never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble, he is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten. See, so basically, you know, when everything went down, we was telling the people, hey, look, man, don't do that shit. This man is wicked as hell. But what does Jake do? I need my job. I need my job. I need my job. I need my job. Nah, man, hey, you see that, and that's where it comes straight down to the fact that these people don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Fuck is this? Slovakia. Yeah, these apps, man. I was just trying this Good News Bible. I mean, it's okay. I'm generally gonna stick to the blue letter though. But yeah, they trusted in this man, and the scripture says to never trust thine enemy. But I wanted to get that Isaiah Salakia. And I'm gonna go back to that other video too. Isaiah 31:1, those who go to Egypt for help are doomed. And Egypt, you know, is synonymous with America, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have the pyramid on the back of the dollar. It's a lot of Egyptian shit that goes on here, right? It says they are relying on Egypt's vast military strength, horses, chariots, and soldiers, but they do not rely on the Lord Yahweh, the holy God of Israel, or ask him for help. See? Yep. So, hey, there you have it, man. They're not going to go to the Lord for help. They're going to go to the so-called white man. Why? Because he's been taking care of them all along. Or at least they think he has. Because even through your enemy, it's the Lord that's taking care of you. You know? I had an little accident or whatever the other day in my vehicle. Shit, the only I gotta say, shit, the only people that, you know, that was really willing to help me out was some damn Edomites. Edomites texting me and shit at the job, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah, I heard what happened. Let me know whatever we can do. You know, Esau was ready to get a pot up for me. I should have let him. But I was like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, what is that scripture talks about? Those that please the Lord, you know, he'll make your enemies to even be at peace with you, man. Right? So the Lord is in control of everybody's thoughts, everybody's movements, man's goings of the Lord, and he's going to be in control of, you know, as to whether or not you eat or not. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need is going to all be from him. But people don't believe that, you know, especially the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You Israelites, man, y'all motherfuckers, y'all believe in everybody except for the Lord. The very one that gave you the title of being an Israelite, man. The very one that gave you the promises from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. Y'all hate the Lord, and you haters reproof. So, and a lot of our people, and generally the woman, she's going to catch the grunt of this, because that's the reason why I want to play this other video right here, right? Let's play the other, the elder. Right here. And check this shit out.
Got these young sons, these young men that's standing in formation and looking sharp and all of that. You want to know who your biggest supporters would be primarily? Many single mothers. Because they were like, this right here will keep my son out of jail, keep her from getting caught up into this foolishness and that foolishness. A lot of women will respond to that. Now, I'm not excluding the brothers, but you have a lot of sometimes you gotta pay attention to the statistics out here. The majority of these households that's out here, many of our men are gone in jail and dead, homos and all kind of other stuff. So a lot of these young men don't have fathers. And these mothers are stuck with these sons and trying to raise them in a world that's destined to kill them. So whenever they see men like us that seem to have escaped the trap, they say, you know what, I need my son to follow these kinds of examples here. And believe it or not, they will push this truth more than many of them. In regards to that point there, they will push these things to their neighbors, cousins, aunts, and all of that. So that's definitely a venue that we need to keep pushing. Shalom.
You see? And a lot of, hey, you see, their congregants are filled with women. These brothers, or I can't even say brothers, because, the shit they be doing, they won't call on the name of Yahweh. They won't call on the name of Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? They calling on that Most High and God bless and Christ and all that bullshit. They won't even let these young brothers even know the name of the Lord to call on when shit gets rough. Now and then he's throwing the women on his pedestal. And hey, to you women that's into this truth and you know what's up, hey, the shoe fits, then put it on. So don't get all offended and all like these niggas, they hate women. It's not that. This guy is not telling him that, a lot of those men that he's talking about is in fucking prison because of some goddamn woman. He's not telling them that, they're raised to be effeminate as hell with all those fucking emotions, man. He's better off telling them what Paul told some brothers. Hey, look, man. Hey, if you burn and you want a woman, nothing wrong with it. Go for it. But generally, it's probably not even best for you to even, deal right now in this world, man. Anybody coming to the organization, from what I've heard, you know what I'm saying, and I believe it, you know what I'm saying, coming from reputable sources, if a woman comes into that congregation, she believes in what they're talking about, and she's now all of a sudden into the Bible, or man. Supposedly they give them a time period of 6 months to, if they have an unbelieving spouse or whatever at the house, then they're to leave that spouse. But that's not what the scripture says. The scripture says that if they're happy to be with you, still when you come into this truth, roughly paraphrasing, then you continue to be with them, because what they're promoting is you're going to have that woman committing adultery. You're going to have that man committing adultery. You're going to have that man leave his woman because she still wants to be in the world, so to speak. But if she's happy to be with him, it's not bothering her that he's into the Bible, then he should keep her. But for him to say, for IUIC to say, hey, look, you got 6 months. If your wife doesn't come in, you got to leave her. We got women here for you. Just a smorgasbord of goddamn evilness, man. You raising these young men to put on the purple garments, to fucking march in a military formation down American streets. Look, man, that shit ain't about to get nobody nowhere. It's all about repentance right now, man. Keeping a steady head and watching, because things are getting rough, man, and things are about to get rough. And guess who's gonna get the grunt of it? It's gonna be these women with these effeminate ass young men. It's gonna be the elderly, because they're the weaker vessel. The woman is the weaker vessel. She's raising men to be just as weak as her ass is. So when I seen that, you know what I'm saying, it just just dawned on me, like, let's get this 2 Timothy real quick. So, and it's no woman bashing or nothing like that. It just is what it is. The truth got to come out, man. Okay, so now this is going off into perilous times in the end days. I'm just going to start from verse 1, but I want to get the point down at verse 6. It says, this know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but deny the power thereof. From such turn away. All these things are happening, man. You can't tell me everybody that you come across, man, is pretty much overall they don't give a fuck about nobody but themselves, man. They don't care about nobody but themselves. Always in the damn mirror. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Verse 6, it says, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of truth. So let me get this in the NLT over here. The New Living Translation says, they are the kind who work their ways into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires, right? And this is what they do. IUIC, they about that woman. They understand if we can. It's like I remember back in the days we used to go to the club, and I'm not sure if they still do it, but they probably do. Used to go to the club and they used to have women free, but the men had to pay. You know why they were saying women free before a certain hour? It was because they knew that it would draw in the men, and the men would bring their silly asses in there and buy women drinks and shit. They can get the money at the door off the dudes because they know they coming there for them chicks. I remember that, man. So this is what kind of like is what IUIC is doing, man. They load the place up with them women. Of course, and then the crazy part about it is you got the place, you loading it up with women, but you're teaching that a brother can't have multiple women. That's crazy. What are you doing? I'm sure that church is probably far more women in IUIC than men. They have the men. You see the men out on the streets. You see them marching. But, man, there's probably way more women in that congregation, man, than it is men, man. Each one of those brothers probably can have 2 or 3 wives apiece. But this guy, he's telling them, nope. You can't have but one wife. What? Man, that's not scriptural. So, just points that I seen, points that I, because see, they deep right here. Look at that. Yeah, that's a beautiful looking thing there, huh? Motherfucker on the microphone, they got those old marching orders and shit. Esau. Your whole shit is patterned after Esau, the so-called white man, and this man wants to put a motherfucking chip in you, man. Anyway, now, because this is pretty much what it was leading up to, and I'm gonna end out. I didn't want to keep it long, but I do want to get because he was going off into if you have to take it. Fuck that. It's time to quit a goddamn job. Man, fuck you. I'm quitting this job. I was willing to quit my job. I ain't give a fuck. I threw that religious exemption out there, you know what I'm saying? I just prayed to the Lord. I filled it out because they had like a questionnaire, I gave them the information. I gave them scriptures. And I just left it in the Lord's hand because I wasn't going to take that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get proud. That was another thing that I thought of, don't get proud and be like, oh, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing shit. They can come with it all they want. Hey, you don't know what the Lord might, have your ass in that'll make your ass go ahead and do it. Because the ones that's going to take it, they're going to be taking it because the Lord has already predestined for their asses to take it anyway. So, we're praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua for mercy, man. See what I'm saying? So, let's get that the law. Let's get Leviticus. Or no, we're not supposed to be getting no goddamn tattoos and letting these motherfuckers implant us with any goddamn thing, man. These motherfuckers running around here talking about medicine and science and all this other shit. Hey, back in the ancient days when nobody sticking no goddamn needles in nobody, they was going out and grabbing the herbs, the proper fruits, vegetables, things of that nature. And then just overall, it was just a miracle of the Lord, so to speak. Not Esau's miracle. Because none of this shit is helping these people, man. Here you go, this man to put together a damn pill or multiple pills with people out here fucking got tent cities all over the world fucking getting high off the very shit that this man telling you that's supposed to be, effective to heal you. All kinds of witchcraft and sorcery going on, man. Okay, so let's get the law though. Leviticus 19:28. I'm going to read it in the NLT. New Living Translation. It says, do not cut your bodies for the dead, and do not mark your skin with tattoos. I am the Lord. See? In the KJV it says, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. And when you dealing with tattoos, of course, that ain't nothing but a fast-ass needle puncturing your ass over and over and over and over and over again. And also, you know, there's articles on that the ink that they're using. They're not labeling everything that's in the fucking ink that's fucking people up. But that's a puncture wound. We're not to do anything like that. We're not to be jabbing into our skins and putting anything into our bloodstreams, man. There's plenty of scriptures, you know what I'm saying, where but the Lord, the medicines come from the earth. Esau in a goddamn laboratory creating some shit. He done got rid of the label of, you know, the medicines coming from the earth. And all straight down to him looking through a goddamn microscope. Putting something in some shit from a deadly a frog, a damn toad or a snake or something, or whatever the case may be. These motherfuckers, they all in the bottom of the ocean pulling up blue lobsters. Matter of fact, that was another thing I remember that I put in my religious exemption about the blue lobster. I forgot exactly what it was though, but I remember them using something from the blue lobster. And I was like, you know, well, you know, in my religion, you know what I'm saying? You know, of course, like I said, you got to keep it Christian PC form. I said, well, we can't eat crustaceans or, you know what I'm saying, shrimp, crab, lobster, and shit like that. So by this having it I can't have that go inside of me. So I ran it down like how the Lord gave me what what He wanted me to, you know, to have and I still got that on a PDF file too, just in case I had to, because they told me to save it, just in case I got to do it again. And I remember my sister asking me, you know, about some scriptures and, you know, for her job. And, you know, hey, I sent her the same thing that I put down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. So I'm not sure exactly as to what came out with hers because she never did get back with me on it. But I remember that years back. You know, I've shot her, you know, script because my mom called me. She's like, yeah, you know, your sister trying to get in touch with you. I guess she didn't have my newer number. But I shot my mom the scriptures and, you know, told her to put those on there. I wasn't sure what her religious exemption form looked like because they could have been a little bit different. But I remember they had like sections where you had to like explain each. They had like, I don't know how many questions it was, or not necessarily questions, but it was questions though, because they was asking like, you know, well, why don't you, you know, certain questions they was asking, you know, and you had to, they give you a little up to like maybe 500 characters or words that you can type in for it. And that's what I done. But anyway, Salakia, let's go to Revelation 13, verse 10. Because this is what it's all boiling down to. This is what this man really wants. And I should have went off into Apostle Tahar's hookup too. No, Salakia, Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So when it straight comes down to it, and this man implements this thing, no one is going to be able to do anything, right? But that's going to be all by the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Esau, the damn devil, man, he works for the Lord, man. You know, the deceived and the deceiver are the Lord's, man. He ain't just Satan just out here. He just got the ups on the Lord. Like, yep, I got one up on him on this one. Nah, man, the Lord already got this thing situated. Because that MOTB, that's his. Those nuclear weapons are his. The Smith, the Waster, those are all Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's, man. So it's going to come down to a point where Esau is going to use food, water, medical supplies, things of that nature, etc., to get the people to come bowing and falling at it, you know, on their knees to him. That's what it's all about. These people want to be worshipped. That's why when you go into 2 Thessalonians 2, let me start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And the falling away that goes off into the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We fell away from our religion, or so to speak, or our culture, our language, not knowing who we were. According to Psalms 83, Esau, Edom, and all the other nations, the so-called white race and the other nations, they came up against us to make us forget who we are. Now we're just, paying taxes in these fucking places where we're scattered at, thinking we're free. You got Jake out here barbecuing today, man, talking about some fucking Memorial Day. What memorial? What are you trying to remember from this wicked ass place? The deaths of a bunch of motherfuckers that went and fight and stole shit where they shouldn't have been at to begin with? Memorial for who? Niggas back in slavery and so forth up into the 40s, 50s, whatever amount of time going to war for this place, and then come back here and get shitted on? Get the hell out of here, man. Anyway, but it says, except there come a falling away first. That was us. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So now we're at a point where the man of sin, the son of perdition, is being revealed, and that's the so-called white race. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Look at the earth. When you look at all the major destruction that's going on in the earth, all this, you can only point the finger at Esau, the so-called white man. No other nation is fucking up this planet like how they are. No other nation. Look at Russia. Look at America. Aren't they? Why are they the only ones talking about nukes and nuclear weapons and nuclear war and shit? The so-called white race. They the ones that's able to push a button and your goddamn continent is gone. But you niggas, y'all want to promote this guy. You out here marching and talking about some fucking, man, boy, man, I can't wait, man. Verse 4 is the point, don't Salakia. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. He wants you to come bowing to him about some food and some water and some goddamn medical supplies. And he's been hoarding everything up. He has all the seeds and banks and shit. This motherfucker done damn near made it illegal for you to plant a garden. It's illegal in certain states to gather rainwater. See? Go and see if you can get some chickens to lay some eggs and shit in your backyard. You try any of that shit. He done boxed this place into these fucked up ass concrete jungles. And the people don't know how to go fish. So, it's older Jake. I see you like my dad, he go fishing all the time. But people don't know how to fish. People don't know how to get out here and hunt for nothing. They don't know, like, if something was to really go down, just walking about. It's shit in your yard that you can probably eat. Certain types of grasses, certain types of, it's certain things that you wouldn't even know that they're edible. Why doesn't Esau teach you that type of shit in school? Nope, this motherfucker teach you how to get you a job, go to work, and get you 2 or 3 of them damn jobs while you at it so they can tax all them bitches. So lucky for the language. But but this was the one, and the brother had this one up too, man. Well, you can see this guy right here laying there, on some electronic shit. I'm trying to see the one that the apostle, this was the one that the apostle put up. And he left the link.
Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh,
so he left the link. Oh no, is this the one? No, this is not the one. But this I think this maybe this is Salakia. Let me see.
To lead you to hell. What I mean by hell is destruction. I'm not talking about the hell that you burn in forever, because that's a fairy tale. Hell is a fairy tale. But anyway, I want you to watch this video, the entire video. It's only 7 minutes and 30 seconds long. And I want you to, come on my page after you watch the video.
Yeah, this is it.
And give your comment.
It was his Odyssey channel, Salakia. I was trying to remember. Apostles Odyssey channel. And he put the video up, and brothers have been grabbing clips from it.
The Holy See, Rome, has issued a statement and declared that The vaccines are morally and ethically acceptable. Get the vaccine if you have to. Get the vaccine if you have to. Get the vaccine if you have to.
Dr. Jeffress, there is so much talk these days about the vaccine. It's now available. What is your advice to Christians about whether to take it?
Well, Lori, for the last 10 months, millions of Christians have been praying for healing, for relief from this pandemic. And I believe God brought about these vaccines. And for Christians not to take the vaccine on some manufactured faith reason, to me, it's like calling 911 when your house is on fire and then refusing to allow the firemen into your home. I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. We shouldn't be surprised that God uses science many times to accomplish his purpose. I mean, when you look at the past, great scientists, men like Isaac Newton, Blaise Pascal, Louis Pasteur, these were not only men of science, they were men of strong faith who believed that God created this world, and he was an orderly God who created it with order and laws that could be observed and learn from. We ought to welcome this as a gift from God.
What do you make of these conspiracy theories that are very prevalent on social media, particularly among Christians, that the vaccine is dangerous, that it could be contain the mark of the beast, and that there are so many unknowns, and we could find out later that the government has been using the vaccine to spy on us, and it could cause harm down the road, and there are so many Christians who have really gotten a hold of these ideas and perpetrating them, and actually say that it's unchristian to get the vaccine.
Well, it's totally ridiculous. And I would just really warn Christians not to be subject to these conspiracy theories. We're to believe in truth. And Satan is a liar. He's the father of all lies, Jesus himself said. And these conspiracy theories, they really don't work when you carry them to their logical conclusion. One pastor was saying that this vaccine is the mark of the beast. Well, it was developed under Donald Trump, and because of his great leadership, we got it as quickly as we did. So who does that make Donald Trump? I don't think most Christians want to say that he's the Antichrist. It's just really foolish, and I'm afraid that these conspiracy theories are going to deprive people of the gift of life. If we are really pro-life, like we claim to be, that means being pro-life not just for those inside the womb, but for those of us outside the womb. Always choose life.
Well, I'm glad you brought up that issue of life.
Okay, so this is the point that I wanted to get to with this video, though. Check out what this guy say, man. These people, man, I'm telling you, the scripture says to never trust thine enemy. You believe this motherfucker, you won't to. But check him out.
Life and abortion and whatnot, because we know that some of the vaccines do have some materials that were derived from cell lines from abortions, and there could be an issue there for pro-life people. Where do you come down on that?
Well, I do not know if that's an absolute fact. You are more educated in that than I am. But let's take it to the extreme and say it is true. The fact is, God can use the death of somebody innocent, like an unborn child, to produce good. I mean, just look at what he did with his own son, Jesus Christ.
Just look at what he did with his own son, Jesus Christ.
And then they go back to Nate, get the vaccine. If you have to.
Vaccine if you have to. Get the vaccine if you have to. Get the vaccine if you have to.
So wouldn't you say, for people who are wondering, that the vaccines are part of God's plan?
Well, insofar as human knowledge is part of God's plan, yes. Whenever we can give good example to our people as public figures, as leaders in the community, we should do so. And then by the example of Pope Francis, Pope Benedict, I've had the vaccine. We're trying to tell our people, we want you to follow our good example.
Hey, we get vaccine. We go traveling. We had to get this yellow fever shot and some other things. Get the vaccine if you have to. If you don't want to, then leave certain professions.
There you have it, man. Straight out of your boy Bishop Nate's mouth. Now, see that other the pastor, that Roman Catholic guy, you know what I'm saying? Look, that's something different for them. But for this man to be a straight up Israelite, he knows he's an Israelite. He'll tell you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that you are Israelites, you know. But yet and still, he know that this man is the fucking devil. He'll actually even say that. He know that this man cannot be trusted. But yet he'll tell you, go get the vaccine if you have to. We get it. We travel to these different countries. Look, man, YouTube, the internet, man, is handling all the heavy weight of this ministry going forth, man. You do not have to load up on no fucking planes and get the jet setting, man, and going to these different countries and setting up shop. You don't have to. People on YouTube in every goddamn country in the world. Trust me, if the Lord wants them to hear this gospel, they're going to get it. It's no way that they're not. Why? Because man's goings are of the Lord. The elect are going to hear this gospel. I don't give a shit if they are alone in a cabin somewhere in Norway. I don't give a fuck, man. It's going to be something. The Lord is going to get that message to them. So it is what it is, man. I just, I didn't want to keep it too long. Kind of went in a little longer. But, hey. And also, this is Apostle Tahar's channel. And he left a link in his description board on his Odyssey page. And I think I'm following Apostle on there. But this is GMS declaring the end. This is Apostle Tahar's page right here. If you want to go off into this and grab that link up. And he done this lesson a couple of hours ago. So with that, hey, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala, hey, just be prepared, man. Be prepared for what's to come. Pray to Yahweh about Shem Yahweh for mercy, man, because this man is going to come down with great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time. Look, you see, matter of fact, the perfect example of these people not giving a fuck about you eating is the humanitarian aid that's going on over there in Gaza. Look at how that shit is just disastrous, bro. That shit is disastrous. People over there really motherfucking skin and bones, man. From famine, but that's a part of the scriptures. But who's in control of that? Who's in control of that food? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's in control of who can go through the those particular borders and drive a truck through there with shit on the back, or a ship pulling in, or a helicopter or a plane dropping shit. That's Esau. That Job 9:24 speaks true to his ass, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? This man is in control of the agriculture, the water. You want a beer, you want a damn Mountain Dew, you want a fucking bag of nachos, whatever you want, this man is in control of that shit. From drawers to deodorant to socks, simple shit. Well, shit that we see to be simple, but hey, this man, he's in control of it. He's in control of the roadways. It's going to be people that's going to be wanting to, just like with the COVID-19, people wanted to travel. Who had the power to tell you, nope, you can't go here? It's the so-called white man. So you have to stop with the bullshit. Let's get straight to the boogie. This man is the fucking wicked, man, that the Bible speaks of. So with that, pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala.